Hello, and welcome back to Vintage Story, where today, well, we got a little bit more foraging to do, and also a bit of farming to do. And starting off, let's get some copper cooking. Get that melted down into ingots, because we're gonna need some specialized tools for farming. Particularly a hoe, that is good because you need that to till the soil, but I'd also like to get a scythe, which allows you to harvest things. Now, I won't be harvesting crops for a little while, but it's very good at collecting tons of cattails at once and a ton of grass at once, so it's just a very useful tool to have in general. And while we wait for this to heat up, I can do a little bit of inventory management over here. Now you might be noticing I have all of these molds to pour stuff into, and they kind of take up a whole block by themselves. But with the new invention of boards, I can very simply, if I recall correctly, perhaps I don't recall correctly, how do I make vertical racks? It's sticks, and then, okay. So do that. And boom. And in fact, you know what? Let's have two of these. Right, do that. I guess I'll just move right there. And these vertical racks are great because I can pick up, let's see, what was this? The pickaxe. Then I'll choose axe, shovel. And I can put them on this rack so that they're nice and stored in one little spot. Now the anvil mold, it's a bit big. It's not gonna fit in there. But look how much nicer that looks. And while I wait for all of that to work, it's a good time for me just to do some sawing. And it takes quite a while. Yeah, base game, you just put it in your crafting grid and boom. You've got the boards. This is very, very tedious with this particular mod. If you don't like it, you might want to consider disabling it and all that good stuff. I have it enabled, so whatever. I mean, it's cool to have like a lot of crafting stuff be in the world. Even if I would balance it a little bit differently, still. And okay, that's quite a few blanks. Are you cooled off yet? Not quite yet. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, one thing. I was gonna make a grindstone at some point. So let's see. Granite grindstone. I need a granite rock. Bunch of boards. I think I could get a granite rock right about now. Pretty easily. I need a torch though. There's that little cave right next to my house. Now, if there's nothing particularly bad at the entrance, I think I can very quickly pop down. Now, all the happy music is going to go away, unfortunately, which sucks because I'm really vibing to this right now. Okay. Down to andesite. I don't believe I can make a grindstone app. Oh, nope, I can make a andesite grindstone. Okay. Now, the way to get this from here... I could do it the... Oh, that sounds awful. Ugh. Okay. The way I can get it... You know what? Zero instability on this rock right here. I'm gonna mine around it. What you want to do is you want to separate a full block without breaking it. So there's a chance of a cave-in if I destroy that block right there. So let's just be as far away as I can be. I break this. Okay, now this one Okay, there's a risk of a cave-in destroying that one. Let's just back up a little bit. Okay, we're good. And okay, with that rock, I don't remember exactly what the crafting recipe was. It something like, oh geez. You know what? Let's just get some more grindstone. Okay, it's like an H. So you there. Make an H. There we go. Insight grindstone. That will allow me to sharpen my tools against something that's not gonna break like a whetstone does. And it's already getting crowded enough down there. I think it'd just be fine if I placed it like right here. I can take... Okay, the obsidian knife's about to break, but... just do that. There we go, sharpen up the pickaxe, and I'll just sharpen up everything else on my own time. Okay, we got this hardened. We'll put that down there. And I think I'll only need 2 charcoal to get those ones going. Let's see, we need some barrels and buckets. What do I need for that? Barrels requires 3 boards. Okay, requires an arrangement like that. I need roughly 3 barrels, I think. So 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that nets me 3 barrels. And as for buckets, I believe those require ropes. So I'd probably want... let's make 3 buckets, why not? 1, 2, 3. I think that is, yeah, that arrangement. 1, 2, 3. And, okay, those are heated up. Let's move this mold out here. Don't particularly need you at the moment. So I'll go boop, boop, and I'll move you guys over here for this barrel. And I'll put down these buckets. Okay, right. Let's see, you will become a copper hoe head. And one in the middle. There we go. We got you. And now for a scythe. There we go. I know what I should have done before starting. I should have made a 4th barrel. I'll do that in just a second here. Get you done. Okay. Let's see. I need, like, what was it? There we go. It's another barrel. And I'll put you, I can't move this with all of this burning metal in my inventory. Okay, it's gonna throw those on the ground. Switch that to my offhand, put you there, and now I'll place that barrel there. And I think I should be able to fill up a bucket, even with something on my offhand. So fill you up with water. And I'll fill this barrel up right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I think you can carry 1 more bucket full. I believe a bucket's like 10 liters. Meanwhile, the barrels have 50 liters of space in them. Okay, you're full up. And now, because of one of the mods I have, I can now quench the extremely hot metal in here. And actually, I think I've reached a point where I can make some better tool handles. Okay, let's see. I need an axe, I need a hammer, and I think... Okay, let's be real. These bee nades, I have had them in my inventory forever, but I've just never gotten around to using them. Maybe I'll just keep them in here for a really bad day, but let's free up some inventory space. Okay. and the saw. Now, if I believe I'm doing this correctly, take an axe, take a hammer, I get a debarked log. And I take that, take a saw to it, I get a support beam, and I take a knife to that, and I get carved tool handles, which will last me a bit longer than just your average stick. Okay, I've done a little bit of reorganizing over here. And I think I'll sleep this night off, reset my spawn point back to my little hut, but you know what? Let's make a better door that doesn't just fall apart instantly. In fact, let's make 2 of these doors. So, now, oh geez, where the heck did my camera go right there? Now, instead of just open it, close it, and then, oh, it decides to break. Boom. Solid door. You can open and close this as many times as you like. And another thing, this thing will properly seal the cellar. So, go over here, and now, place that down, and everything is still preserving at a good speed. Now, I'd like to use this little spot for farming. I've already put down some of the medium fertility soil I've collected here, but yeah, this isn't enough of a space now that I'm really looking at it. I might just fill this in completely just to get rid of all these noises, but I'm gonna need a lot more medium fertility soil for an actual farm. So I'm gonna bring a shovel and... You know what? Shears, just because the stick supply is running a bit low. And... okay, a bit of an odd pick. I'm gonna go with the prospecting pick as well. Because, let's see, currently I think somewhere over here is likely to have medium fertility soil. Looks to be a big plain of sorts. I believe it has tons of bushes, so I can go on a run, get a lot of sticks from over there. Maybe see about medium fertility soil as well, but along the way, I can use my prospecting pick just to see what's going on under the surface all around here. And maybe see if there's any valuable metals anywhere close to my base. Okay, right here is probably a good spot to test out the prospecting pick. It's got 2 modes, the density search mode and the node search mode. Density search searches an entire like chunk for... You're getting a bit close to me. This searches like a whole chunk for if there's any kind of metals below the surface. Meanwhile, the node search searches within like a specific block radius, like 6 to 10 or something. I think I said up to like 10. And I'll tell you if there's any kind of ore within like a 10 block radius of where you just broke a block. And caves, at least cave entrances like this, are pretty good spots to test out. The thing. Oh. Is there a mammoth like right here? Or is it... Okay, no, it's further off. Okay, let's see. Put you on density search. And so what I've got to do is... I'll break 1 block here. That's going to maybe cause a cave-in, which would be bad. But okay, I need 2 more samples. So you destroy... another rock, just a little bit away from it. Not too far, just a little bit. And now, I get to see what's here. And there's a little bit of stuff going on with the Prospect Together mod. I think that gives you this square, but you get this in general here. And let's see, we've got Ultra High Sapphire Cassiterite? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. There's Ultra High Cassiterite? That's tin. Holy crap, this is a blessed run. That is tin. Are you kidding? Ultra High. Ultra high right here in the first spot I picked? You're joking. That is beyond amazing. That is actually insane. Holy crap. Okay, right. Ooh. That's intimidating down there. I should go this way, make sure I don't get accidentally ambushed by mammoths. But wow, what happened to you? Crushed. He probably fell off of that. I'm not gonna get anything from skinning that. Okay, wow, my progression is gonna go up very fast, a lot faster than I thought. The whole thing with tin is that it's used to make tin bronze, which is typically the kind of bronze that you end up with. It's pretty good. I mean, it's fine. Like, there's 3 varieties of bronze. Tin bronze is technically the worst out of all of them. I mean, it's slightly better than bismuth bronze in a couple of areas, but they're all relatively the same. And, oh, I'm gonna break you. Tin can often be a limiting factor. Just something that you have a ton of copper, but you can't find the tiniest bit of tin. But, wow, that's actually insane. And okay, around here, oh yeah, I was right, medium fertility soil all over the place here. And you know what, that's an extremely big bush right there. I can just take these shears, and let's just see how many sticks I get from this one massive bush when I take the shears to it. Okay, just about getting rid of these last floating blocks, and if I pick them all up, oh wow, that is a ton. That is near 3 full stacks of sticks right there. Easy. And okay, next to this weird... This is a structure. It's got like cobblestone in it. Would these count as blocks I can prospect? I'm curious. Yes, actually. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I can get them far enough apart. 2 more samples, 1 more sample. Okay, I don't think I can get them from this pillar alone, but what I can do is, my method I like, is to find a spot like this, dig down, then destroy 1 block down here, up, and then just build my way back up, and it's like nothing happened, and I get a look at what's in here. I think this spot right here looks flat enough for me to, yeah, dig down. And it looks like, oh yeah, the medium fertility soil is actually multiple blocks deep around here. Let's just make a little hole and dig out a few stacks of this stuff. Now, I haven't explained it, I just realized. But soil quality matters when it comes to farming. Low fertility soil, yes, you can farm in it, but the crops are going to take longer to grow, and I don't know if it affects the yield. It might. I really don't know, but better safe than sorry, especially when it's in such abundance, the medium soil is over here. But yeah, you have low, medium, high, and then a specially constructed type of soil called Terra Prety? Or is that the mod I have? No, Terra Prety is the landscape mod I have. Terra Prety is crafted with a ton of, yeah, fertilizer and such. Very expensive to make, but very good when you're really wanting to farm like crazy. High fertility soil is typically pretty hard to find, and you only find it in small amounts, but medium fertility, you tend to find it around quite a bit, so it's easy to get in large amounts for a farm. And alright, looks like I've dug down to rock. Yep. Okay. Let's see, I think that will be plenty of medium fertility soil. So, let's see. Honestly, let's just head straight back. I was not expecting this trip to be that good. Ooh. Okay, you know what? Little cave here. Just a little bit more prospecting. Because something you want to do once you have a prospecting pick is just, whenever you're out and about, just, oh geez. Okay, just take samples all over the place. Just whenever you have the opportunity. Like, you can dig down to get the samples, you can just find any random cave and just, well, cave or boulder, and take the samples from those rocks. But generally, it's a good idea to just get as many samples as possible over a wide area. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a cave-in. Do not like that in the slightest. One more sample. And I'll get you from up here. Okay, ooh. Ultra-high native copper. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. Because as much copper as I have, I will go through it, especially once I start doing like bronze stuff, because bronze is an alloy of copper and other materials. And considering I found an area that likely has a high concentration of tin, I'm gonna be moving over to that in the near future. Okay, right around here is a good point to cross. Sample this rock right here. And, oh yeah, I don't think I've explained exactly how the prospecting works and how you, like, read the percentages and stuff. Because at first it seems really complicated. It's actually very simple, and I just got extremely lucky a couple of times. So, see these percentages. Now, when it says, like, poor, or like very poor, ultra high, that's what you're looking at. It's like the percentages don't matter as much as just what it says on the left. Generally speaking, what you're doing is, unless you just get extremely lucky and end up right on top of an ultra high instantly, you do a game of kind of hot and cold with it. So, for example, the cassiterite here is ultra high at 0.23%. But over here, it's decent. Over here, it's very poor. And so if I started here, actually, if I started here, 0.5%, 0.3, maybe not the best example right there. But actually over here, like, okay, I got poor 0.05%. Okay, I go over here. Okay, it's 0.13%. And then here, it's 0.23. So, when you start out, even with very poor, you can prospect around and narrow down where the vein you're looking for is. Like, the native copper is... see, I got it ultra high, yeah, down here, 26%. But you'll notice, all around here, I also see it, but very poor. Over here, it's decent, because it's close-ish to it. Over here, I don't see it at all. And over here, yeah, there's a very poor amount. And let's see, oh yeah, if we look at it, like right here, it's 4%. Right here, it's 4%. Over here, it's 4%. Here, it gets to 12%. So if I had just this data to work on, I'd go, okay, right, it's 4%, 4%, 4%, 12%. Meaning that it's somewhere in this direction, and well, what do you know, it's right there. And that's kind of how you read all of the prospecting stuff. Okay, I filled in this area a little bit, that'll help with all the swampy noises. In terms of looking for a location that'd be good for a farm, and I've kind of built up this area quite a bit. This spot right here, even if I got rid of these trees, it'd be a bit more open, but I don't quite know. Then again, what about right here? What if I built it like right here? Let's say I got rid of that tree there, maybe trimmed this one a little bit so it's just less of an eyesore over here. But let water flow in from here. And have this whole area... Okay, that's actually making a lot of sense. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is make sure that this grass here doesn't go to waste. So even though I'm removing it, let's remove it all with the scythe. The cool thing about the scythe is that it destroys things in a 3x3 radius. Functions much like a knife, but with the whole radius thing going for it. And just look at that, how much it can chop down. It is beautiful. Now I could make a pitchfork, or I guess it's technically a hay fork is what it's called, to help pick up all of this grass on the ground in like a 3x3 radius, just like the scythe. But I can do it manually pretty easily. This will be a nice, good supply of dried grass in the future. Okay, we've got 4 rows right here. And now, okay, if I get all this correct, I can get them all furrowed nicely. Okay, looks like I've got all that tilled. Now, let's fill all of this in with some more medium fertility soil. We should be at the point of furrowing. Now, I think actually I shouldn't even need to... Okay, no, it is. I need to crouch to furrow. Let's see. Okay, that block's not working right there because... Oh, geez, my inventory is getting full. Right, pine saplings, put you over here. Let's put up some of this low fertility soil. And I think I'm gonna need the water buckets in a moment. Okay, I believe I can make... Oh, geez. I can make source blocks with these buckets. Yeah, let's just clean up all of this turmoil that happened. There we go. Now I'll make sure this entire area here is nice and moisturized, or should be. Should be, as far as I know. Oh, and now's a good time to explain a little bit of the farm. I already talked about the different kinds of soils. The reason why soils are... Well, you have some soils that are better than others is because they have nutrient levels that are higher than other kinds of soil. Like this low fertility soil over here wouldn't have 50% across the board for... I think it's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. You have 3 nutrients that you want the soil to have. Ugh, 3 nutrients, where have I seen that before? But anyways, certain crops will take up a single nutrient and will replenish another nutrient, meaning that this game actually has proper crop rotation is like a thing that you need to consider and do. Having 1 block on each end will give you some very... moist soil, 75% here. And I'm not sure why it's so bad over here. I mean, if I destroy this block, and if I place a water bucket here, it goes up. Has it gone up? Okay, what if I destroy this one? Doing a bit of science here. I have a source block here. I can't tell why this soil right here isn't as moist as the soil elsewhere. Because by all logic that I have, it should be. It's got a source block right here. Source block here. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get, like, furrowed soil. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but as far as I can tell right here, this stuff isn't actually moisturizing my soil as much as it would be with source blocks. Now, is it a little bit tedious for me to fill these up all the way with source blocks? Yeah. But small price to pay to get my crops growing just a little bit faster. Okay, I'll admit I do not know exactly what's going on here, if it's just not updating correctly. Over here, 75% moisture and such, like, that's what it should be, generally. So I don't know what's going on over here that's making it just absolutely awful. I think I might just have to replace some of the soil. Okay, this has been a bit finicky, but right here, okay, looks like everything is properly at the 75% that it should be. So now, we got a nice beginning to a farm. And now, let's fence all of this in. So, take all those sticks I got, and let's make some nice wattle. Let's make just 35 right here. And protect this from any rabbits, raccoons, whatever the heck just wants to eat all of my crops and cause me to starve during the winter. And you know what, let's get some wattle gates going as well. And we'll put them down pretty much somewhere kind of in the middle of each side, so I can always find a way in. Honestly, I don't need a gate there. I can actually replace that old gate that I had over there. Okay, the best way to do this is probably to categorize each of these rows by the nutrient. Now, first off, flax gets priority over all else. So do I only have that bit of flax grain? Yes, okay. This is K nutrient, and so we're just gonna drop that off right here. Get all of that here. Got 9 stages to grow. It's gonna take a little while, but it'll be good. Was there anything else that's K that I would put in the same area? Okay, carrots. I've got some wild carrots and some small carrots. Okay, yeah. And I'll put you guys off here. I'll put the small carrots right there. Okay, so that's the K field. Let's see, we got a lot of N and a little bit of P. So, you know what, the next one's gonna be turnips and... Okay, let's see, rye and spelt take up the same. Okay, I've got so much that requires nitrogen, I'll use 2 fields for that. So, you know what, one we're gonna prioritize grains, the other one's gonna prioritize turnips, and then onions will be in the next one, yeah. So spelt grain, let's get you here. We'll put some rye, we'll start it from the other end just to separate them out. And turnips, we'll start with wild and hit it with the small. And then onions, right, your phosphorus. So we're gonna start you out up here with the wilds, and then the smalls at the end. And okay, right, now we have a little farm going. Now all of these things will start growing. It's gonna take a minute. I might get 1 or 2 harvests before winter comes in. It is the 2nd of August, so I started right at the tail end of summer, going into fall. The rye, I believe, where is it? Yeah, the rye, it might end up getting heat damaged because it might still be a little bit too warm out, but it'll be fine. Let's see, first harvest of all the vegetables, I'll probably want to get them in their withered stage just to get more seeds, increase my likelihood of getting larger seeds. And then, where's my tongs? There they are. And especially the small seeds, I want those things when they're withered so that I guaranteed get more small seeds. And I'm thinking the second harvest of vegetables is where I will get them when they're blooming, or at least the majority of them, I'll get them while they're blooming. And that will get me the actual vegetable. And that can be used to substitute the mushrooms I've been using in all of my stews. You know what? Let's get started with the first stages of leatherworking. I think that's a nice last goal to have for this part. So to start up, I'm gonna need to fill all these barrels with water. Okay, 2 of these need to have tannin in them, so I need oak. I need... I believe it should be 5 oak. Okay, I've got enough for 1 of them. Go put that in there. Okay, I need to chop down an oak tree somewhere. So let's do that real quick. Oh! This is an acacia tree. Don't know why that's there. Probably planted it at some point with like a seed I got from somewhere. Okay, acacia logs, I think, weak tannin. I believe, yeah, acacia logs are a substitute for oak, actually. Okay, great. I'll just chop this down, and that'll give me all I need. Alright, we got 5 in there, and we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we seal both of these. We'll turn into 50 liters of weak tannin after 24 hours of sealing. And then to make strong tannin, which is needed for later in the process of leatherworking, I just take one of these weak tannin ones and stuff 5 more of the appropriate logs in there. Yes, I've got 44 bits of lime. So, ooh. Not enough. No, I need 6 more. Ah, wait, that means I need a... what's it, a millstone? Quern. Ah, well, at least it knows what I'm looking for. Okay, I need an andesite. Oh, I need 4 rocks. Okay, that's gonna take a second. And something like 1, 2, 1, 2, hammer, chisel. Awesome. And put you guys back up in the kern. This thing can just be put off to the side here. It doesn't really matter where it goes for the time being. Okay, now, did I collect any stones that can be grinded into... Oh no, don't tell me. Don't tell me I neglected to get any stones. Ah, crap. The things I gotta do when I don't think ahead. On the flip side of what I was saying earlier, about how being prepared for things, doing multiple tasks at once can really save you some time. When you forget to do those things, it can really... Ooh, native copper bits, don't mind if I do. It can really screw you over. But yeah, I took it for granted and didn't realize that... Wait a second. I need 50 lime in order to make a barrel of 50 liters into 50 liters of lime water, because 1 lime will make 1 liter of water into lime water. Well, if nothing else, this is actually a good mushroom run. I'm finding quite a few while I'm out and about, so at least that's a positive. Okay, what is this? This is sandstone. Oh, limestone stones. Okay, there's limestone down here. Right, I was right. There was something around this region. Okay, great. Just gotta pick up a bunch of these rocks, and then I'll be on my way. Oh, awesome. Boulders. That will speed up this process. Okay, that is 60, 70, like 80. Okay, that's plenty. Now I can head back home. And let's see, I found some more copper on my way, so heck yeah, worth it. And tons of mushrooms, actually. This has been a very good mushroom trip, so next time I'm cooking some meat, I'll have some good extras to put with it. Ooh, sulfur bits. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever actually found sulfur in the wild in all my time playing this game. Never really gotten to the point where I used it much either, or, well, would have much use of it, rather. But, okay. Make a note of that for the future. Okay, now I'm in the safety of home, let's eat this poisonous mushroom. Ouch. And, okay. Then I just stuff all of this stuff in here, and, yeah, sort that out later. Now this worm, I've actually never used them. I think how they work is I can just put it on my farm. So let's put it on the flax, let's say. And you just be a worm here or something. I don't know. You do your thing. And now we look 44. Okay, I just need 6. Oh man, I need to get some better storage. That's something for next time. Okay. I just need 6 of these ground up. Grinding stuff is pretty easy, a little bit tedious, but can be automated later in the game. Just stick it in here, hold right click on this, and what do you know? Grinding it up. And a corn, I mean, it's how you get some grinded stones for some good stuff. It's also how you make flour for bread and pies and all that. This is how you make grains worthwhile to farm. And as you can see, it's a little bit slow, especially if you want to do a lot of things. But you can hook this up to a windmill once you get to that point, and it becomes just great. Okay, 5 of those, and boom, we've got 50 liters of lime water. And now, as cozy as it is to have this carpet as it is, how many pelts do I get out of you? I get 3 huge hides. Okay, right. I'm gonna keep you as decoration for now. Up until the point I get some more leather. Because I can fit 5 huge hides in here. And that will get me soaked hides. And I think I put them in the tannin. And then I gotta scrape them. And then I've gotta put them in strong tannin. It's a whole process. Leather working is a painful process, but at the end you get leather, which is really good for upgrading a few things. Well, alright. I think this is a good spot to end things off at. Got the farm set up. That was much more painful than it had any right to be, but yeah, you can see why I waited a little while to get established, get some tools going, before I even attempted to start farming. But now I've got it in a nice little pen there, got all my crops organized by the nutrients they need, they'll start growing, maybe get a harvest or 2 before winter sets in, and hopefully that will be enough to supplement the meat I've gotten and what I'll have to hunt in the future to actually get through the winter when the crops will not grow. With the revelation that there's apparently 10 right next to me, and in decent amounts apparently, I might just fast track bronze at this point. That could be what the next part is, because we got the farm going. It's gonna be a while before anything really happens with it. It might be worthwhile for me to head on over to that area I prospected and really start digging down, trying to find where that tin is, because that would get me right into the Bronze Age. And bronze, just everything copper does, but better. But it will also require me to put this scythe to good use, because for the method of mining that I have in mind, I'm gonna need a lot of reeds, and I mean a lot. This whole lake might not actually be enough for what I am anticipating, but all of that is for next part. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.